Hello, Orla.
Hello.
It's 2024, your summer interview. It's August 19th, and it's been a very busy year since the last time we did this.
Well, to be fair, I really don't think it was as busy as last year, but it has been a year.
Which has featured a lot of things, including exams, but we'll get onto that.
Oh, yes.
For this bit, let's just talk about your interest, your general interest this year, and your friends.
Good thing to start out with.
So, what activities or visits type thing have you done with your friends this year? Have you been with your friends?
Okay. Well, I've been, meeting with Hannah, quite a lot throughout, quite a few times throughout the year. I remember, last autumn, I went over to hers and we made brownies. Oh yeah, and before we did the panto for musical theatre, we were doing Snow White as our panto this year, and because of that, we both went to see the actual Snow White panto in Glasgow together, and oh my god, that was so fun. Oh, what else? Well, quite recently she came over and we made cookies, and I tried to make an octopus, and it was a perfectly fine octopus when it was just moulding the cookie dough, but then it baked and it turned into a octopus pancake, and we put googly eyes on everything and it was fantastic. Oh yeah, and for my birthday quite recently, I had Hannah, Erin and Chloe over for my birthday, and we were just we had the whole house to ourselves and we were doing karaoke, and we went to Tesco, we got loads of snacks, and then we came back and we did karaoke for loads of musical theatre songs, and it was really cool. Oh yeah, also last autumn, Amber and Phoebe came round and we carved pumpkins, and I also went to Amber's and Phoebe was there as well quite recently, and we just played The Sims and talked and played with Amber's dog. So yeah, that was fun.
Have you been out in Glasgow with your friends?
Oh yeah, I have. I went out with Hannah, Megan and Emma quite a few times before Christmas. So yeah, that was fun.
What did you do?
Oh, it's just Glasgow. We just go around going to different shops and stuff.
Oh, cool. And okay, so what have been your main interests this year? We have got another video
Of me
specifically kind of
explaining
quick
them.
fire round on them. Yeah, so let's just list them.
Okay, so starting around August last year, so horror fiction podcasts, which include the Magnus Archives, Welcome to Night Vale and Malevolent. Then we also had, going up to Christmas, Star Kid, so the musicals, especially the Hatchetfield trilogy. Around that time, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as well. The Life series, the Minecraft series with Green and that. Oh, and then I discovered Sandicides, and that pretty much took over everything since February up until now. It's still here, very much so, but it was this month, August, that I sort of rediscovered Ace Attorney, which I'd known about. I had a little mini period of being interested in that at the beginning of 2023, but it didn't last too long. But now I'm watching a full playthrough of one of the games, well, two of the games actually, and I'm having so much fun.
And what about?
What are you?
What about a clothes mending activity that you got into?
Oh, sewing. And sorry, I thought you were like either like books or eating pasta or like what? Okay, well, yes, I have started to learn how to sew this year. Don't remember exactly when it started or how it started. I don't remember why I wanted to learn how to sew, but I did. So, I started learning. And we still don't have a sewing machine yet, but I know how to hand sew now. I have fixed many a sock.
And what are the main movies that what are the first five that pop into your mind that's been really released this year or that you enjoyed this year?
Well, very recently, I went to the cinema with Mum to see Deadpool and Wolverine. That was very fun. Also, when we were on holiday in Ireland, we went to see Inside Out 2. That was great. We've also seen... What else was this year? Around Christmas, we went to see Wonka. That was pretty good. Dune, and two, the second one.
Two, yeah. And any movies that you remember that weren't released this year but you've seen for the first time this year?
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Chicken Run 2, Dawn of the Nuggets, which we watched on the same day, I believe.
Yeah. Finally watched Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah, and Chariots of Fire as well. Which is fitting because it was actually 2023, but 2024 Paris Olympics was this year, 100 years since the events depicted in Chariots of Fire.
And Life of Brian as well.
Oh yes, Life of Brian. Also watched Jojo Rabbit at the beginning of this year.
What about TV shows? What TV shows have you seen?
Oh yes, okay. Around August last year, watched Good Omens season 2 and cried. Around autumn of last year, watched Loki season 2 and cried. What else? I rewatched Steven Universe in April.
We've kind of started a Friday night.
Oh yes, Friday night things. Okay, so on Easter we started watching Renegade Nell, and oh my god, I love it. Was also watching Dick Turpin at the same time. Oh yeah, and me and Mum, like on weekdays we watched Changing Ends, like the one about Alan Carr, and we started watching Columbo as well. It's pretty sporadic that we watch those episodes, but yeah, and we've started watching on Fridays Red Dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
It was inspired, I was doing at RCS an acting and filmmaking course, and when we were all in groups and doing different scenes, and while another group was doing their scene, the rest of us were the camera crew, and one of the other groups was doing a scene from Red Dwarf, and I really liked the scene. I was very interested in it. One of the people doing it had like a full cosplay. I didn't realise at the time, but like looking back, that's definitely what it was. And yeah, started watching it. Within 2 episodes, wanted to study Lister and Rimmer under a microscope, and Connor was in absolute bits watching it.
He loved it, didn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, we're currently on the most recent one we watched was series 3, episode 3.
And we also watched. Yeah, what reality TV shows have we watched?
Oh yeah, okay, so around autumn last year we watched, I probably sat down and watched Bake Off for the first time. Loved it, doing it again this year. Around the same time, I was watching BBC Ghosts and watched the finale at Christmas, and oh my god. Strictly, yes. Also watched The Traitors. Oh yeah, and also TV this year. The Doctor Who new series.
Yeah,
And
who's the new Doctor?
Ncuti Gatwa. It was the 60th anniversary specials earlier on, and then at Christmas was the introduction of Ncuti Gatwa and Ruby Sunday at well, Millie Gibson playing Ruby Sunday. You know what I mean. And then the new series, and it was so good. I loved it so much. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for the Christmas special.
And one other thing to note, it was we've been watching Ant and Dec Saturday Night Takeaway.
Oh
every
yes, we've been watching it every year since like before I can remember, and it was the 20th series this year and the most likely final series. We watched the finale in Pittenweem. Yes, Pittenweem. That was very nice. I like that.
Okay, what have you seen at the theatre this year? Plays, or musicals?
Okay, so in September I went to see with Mum The Ocean at the End of the Lane, the stage adaptation of the book by Neil Gaiman, which I read last summer in a record at the time of 3 days, and oh my god, it changed my brain chemistry. So did the stage adaptation. Oh my god, it was brilliant. So there was that. Then, of course, as I have already mentioned, went to see the Snow White panto with Hannah. Beginning of this year, I went to see Macbeth with Mum. We also saw I Should Be So Lucky. Oh wait, no, before that. No. Yeah, it was before that, I think, that we went to see the Addams Family musical, which I wanted to go see because the 2022 October school show that was the Addams Family musical, and Hannah was Wednesday, and I didn't audition for it, which is one of the few things that I regret most in my life. But yeah, I wanted to go see the musical, and I did with Mum, and it was okay. I mean, like, I didn't want to go see, I wanted to go see it for the nostalgia, really. But yeah, later on, went to go see, again with Mum and a lot of other people as well, I Should Be So Lucky, which is just, it was just a bunch of like retro songs packaged in a giant musical, which had a really cliche plot, but I absolutely loved it.
And we've been to the Leeds Playhouse twice, haven't we?
Yes. Oh yeah, at Christmas. Oh, that I thought I was forgetting something. We went to see Oliver at the Leeds Playhouse because Ol had helped build the set, and oh, that was really good. And we got to have a tour backstage. Oh, that was really cool. But yeah, we went to see another thing there quite recently, which was a stage adaptation of Paranormal Activity, which was very cool and very scary. Yeah, I spent the entirety of the second act scared out of my mind, clinging to Mum and swearing like a sailor. Is there anything I've missed?
No. Books. What books have you read this year?
Books. Okay, so September last year I was reading The Book of Dust, which I picked up on a whim off the shelf because the cover was cool. Expecting to only read two chapters or so before I got bored. Read the whole thing. There was also, oh yeah, around Halloween I read Coraline and then watched the film on Halloween. That was cool. Also, November, read Hogfather by Terry Pratchett. That was the first Terry Pratchett book that I'd really read. And then, in my newest record of 2.5 days around New Year, read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And then listened to all of the radio shows.
And you've been, other than that, what have you been reading?
I admit, since then, I have not been reading many books. I have started reading The Hobbit, and I'm halfway through Neverwhere, but I sort of petered off with both of those. So, yeah.
Okay. We'll have that as one section.
Yes.
Friends and interests. See you in the next section. We'll take a break.